So just recently, the 11th volume of the One Piece magazine came out in Japan, and with it comes some interesting tidbits of information. For the unaware, the One Piece magazine is basically like a variety magazine featuring things such as editorial articles, interviews with One Piece staff, and other content such as new artwork from Oda, a look into early One Piece sketches, and at times even new canon information. So, just like with the SBS, I bought my own copy of the magazine and decided to translate the important parts of it for you. There's a bunch of other things in this magazine that I won't cover in this video since they aren't relevant new information, such as a new chapter in the official Ace spin-off manga and plenty of other interesting small things, so if you want to buy your own copy of the magazine, I'll leave a link in the description to where you can order it from anywhere in the world. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get started. To start things off, in every magazine, Oda includes a what-if drawing of a hypothetical scenario within the story as requested by a fan. In this issue, a fan asked, "What if Boa Hancock ate the Goro Goro no Mi?" Enel's fruit, the Rumble Rumble fruit. Funnily enough, this was at the same time Oda expressed that he wanted Nami to eat the Goro Goro no Mi in the most recent SBS. And the result is this, a scenario where Boa Hancock has eaten the Goro Goro no Mi, but with the same result, since it has no effect on Luffy, just like Enel couldn't hurt him either. Boa's design is based on the Raijin, the thunder god in Japanese folklore, hence why she has some horns and drums on her back, a design she shares with Enel, who is also partially based on the Raijin. Oda's comment for this drawing is, "In this scenario, Hancock has become an undefeatable queen. However, because the power of her lightning is simply too powerful, no one would even approach the queen anymore. But then, one day, before her appeared... You know, no matter what the scenario is, Hancock ends up falling in love with Luffy anyway. Moving on, we have Oda's drawings for two new Devil Fruits. In every magazine issue, Oda includes new drawings for the original Devil Fruit forms of two fruits we've seen in the series, and since he seems to be going in chronological order at this point, the two fruits featured here are the Bomu Bomu no Mi, or Bomb Bomb fruit, eaten by Gem, also known as Mr. 5, and the Kiro Kiro no Mi, or Kilo Kilo fruit, eaten by Mikita, also known as Miss Valentine. Each Devil Fruit is usually based on a different type of fruit, and in this case the Bomu Bomu no Mi seems to be based on a blueberry, with the stem meant to look like a fuse, so that the whole fruit looks like a bomb. The Kiro Kiro no Mi instead seems to be based on a square watermelon in order to look like weight. Like every magazine, this one also features a cross-section of a large animal in the world of One Piece, in this case being the Banana Wani, showing the insides of this colossal creature. The official data for an average specimen of the Banana Wani shows just how large this creature is, showing that it is 30 meters long in size and 5.5 tons in weight. This magazine also comes with a chapter of the One Piece Heroines spin-off novel, which details the events with Perona at Kodaegan Island with Zoro and Mihawk during the time skip. It's nothing big or important in terms of canon information, but it's nice to have some interactions between the two. Obviously, I can't translate the full chapter since it is very long, but I'll leave a link in the description to a short summary of it. Next, and most importantly, this magazine features a bunch of early sketches by Oda about early concept art from characters and settings before they appear in the story, some we've seen before and some brand new. And perhaps most striking of all is this early sketch of Portgas the Ace before he appeared in the story. Given how early Ace appeared in One Piece, this sketch must date to somewhere before the year 2000, which is a very long time ago. Or rather, excuse me, I didn't mean Portgas the Ace, but Portgas the Lang. Yes, Lang. Lang was originally meant to be Ace's official name. Now, this sketch of fact isn't exactly new, we already knew about this in the Green Data book, but we get a way better look at this sketch here, showing how early Lang looked before he was finalized. A lot of elements of Lang's design looked starkly different, such as wearing an armband with a Jolly Roger on it, sporting a different hat and vest as well. Similarly, the iconic Ace tattoo with the S crossed out was also not present, since that was not his name yet. His face in general doesn't look that different in his current appearance, and things like his necklace were seemingly implemented since long ago, but there is yet another older appearance of Lang in which he looks even more distinctly different, wearing sunglasses and having a far more menacing look. Something very interesting as well is the mention of a certain Dadan in the sketch notes. This indicates that Dadan might have been in the plan since all the way at the starts of the series, and to be fair, Oda teased her for a very long time before she actually made a debut in the story, even mentioning that he wanted to depict Luffy's foster mother in the manga. This sketch, however, indicates that she was probably planned over an entire decade before she even appeared. It should be noted though that according to the Green Data book, Dadan was originally meant to be a man, so these might have been part of those early stages, or perhaps even before that. It's also interesting that in these sketches, Dadan is not referred to as Curly Dadan, as is her name, but rather as Ram Dadan, so Ram might have been an early surname for this character. Next, we have some more early sketches, this time of the early Imposter Straw Hat Pirates, which mostly look the same with some mild differences, such as Demara Black actually looking mildly thinner. It's also cool to see that in this concept art, Zoro and Sanji's impostors seem to be best buds who always get along, the complete opposite from the ones they are trying to impersonate. There is, however, some interesting details about their names, because it seems like they originally had different names from the ones they had in the end in the story. Manjaro was originally called Manjaro as well, but Oda at some point decided to switch his name to Jaroman, though in the story he later reverted him back to Manjaro. Reap was also similarly first called Putin, and Mamblutane was simply known as Mountain. There was also an additional member of the Imposter Straw Hat Pirates known as Serukaku, a pirate with a 210 million belly bounty. It seems this character of Serukaku served as the foundation for who would become a Karibu, who was later depicted as an ally of the crew. We also got some early sketches for some of the allies of the Imposter Straw Hats, such as Lib Dottie and Albion. We also have some early names for them, but they are a bit hard to read, so take them with a grain of salt, but it seems that Dottie was originally called Don Tehen, and Albion was originally called Diroppa. There's also this, thing that Oda planned as a pirate allied with Imposter Straw Hats, who I'm honestly starting to understand what it even exactly is, since it is a bizarre design even for Oda's standards, but hey, here it is. The magazine also includes some early sketches of the return to the Sabaody Arc, showing the sheer level of planning Oda goes through to organize even just one arc, even just one that is as short as the return to Sabaody Arc. These sketches show where every character is supposed to be, what they should do, and how the story progresses in relation to the entire island. These sketches also include some early sketches where Oda was planning how exactly Luffy one-shotting the Pacifista would go. We also got some other miscellaneous sketches from this page, including some early Sogeking sketches where Oda was planning out how his song would go, among a bunch of other sketches we've seen before as well. So that's all the new relevant information from the 11th One Piece magazine. Nothing too mind-blowing or earth-shattering, but still some pretty cool interesting details that are fun to know about. But either way, I'll catch you next week with a new chapter, so until then, take care. Thanks for watching.